So in this next video, I'm going to show you how to set up a conference for your students and the features that will help keep you and your students safe while you're video conferencing. There will be additional videos uploaded and attached that come from Big Blue Button, which is the video conferencing software company. But for now, we're just going to get you started with the safety features. So in order to access conferences, you're going to go to the left-hand side of your screen where the app was just installed, and you're going to click Conferences near the bottom of the menu. From there, it will take you to this conferences screen. There are two different types of conferences. The first are active, which means they are either in progress or have not started yet. And the second is completed, which are conferences that have been finished, and students can replay those recordings for 7 days following a conference that you've held. So I'm going to go back to active, and I'm going to create a new conference for you guys. So in order to create a new one, you click Create a New Conference. You give it a name, and then give it a start time and end time. You are not available to your students 24/7, and this will help reinforce that for them. So say I was having a conference today from, we'll call it 2:30 p.m. until today at 3:30 p.m. And then I'll click Create. It gives me the title, it gives me the start time and end time, and the students will see all this. And when the conference has started, they will see this from not started. It will change to in progress, and it will be green. From there, the only other options are to edit, which takes me back to here, or to delete the conference itself. But instead, we're going to go start the conference up and see about those safety features. So I click Start Conference. It opens in a new tab. It's going to ask me how I would like to join. I have two options, via microphone or via listen only. Because I'm the presenter, I want to be able to speak to my students. I will click microphone. And then it will ask me if I want to block or allow the use of my microphone with my web browser, and I want to allow. It will conduct an echo test, which I'm sure you can hear. If you can hear yourself when you're there, you'll click yes. If you can't, you'll click no, and it will troubleshoot for you.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Now it tells me I'm the only person here, which is great. So I can actually start my setup features. The first thing I want to do is I want to go over to these options on the right-hand side of my screen. And if I click settings, it allows me to choose how I want myself and my students to interact with the conference software. So do I want audio alerts for the chat? Do I want pop-up alerts? I know we've all been dealing with different types of video conferencing in the past, and some people find other things more annoying than others. For our ENL teachers and for our Spanish teachers and foreign language teachers, there are ways to edit the conferencing language. You can go right in there. And you can also edit the size of what you want the font to look like. You can click Save from there. And it tells me my settings have been saved. Those are the animations they were talking about in that previous menu. And then from there, you want to go to where it says users. There are different features over here that your students will be able to see or not see depending upon what you choose for them. So if you click Manage Users, you're going to go to the menu option that says Lock Viewers. Now, all of these things only apply to the students that are joining your conference, not to you. If you feel comfortable sharing your webcam, by all means do it. If you don't, the icon down over here with the little camera and the line through it means it's not sharing a webcam. You can enable that should you choose. But if you also don't want to see the students necessarily, you can lock that access. You can also lock their ability to speak to you. Depending upon how comfortable you feel, you might not want them to be able to speak to you, or you might want them to have that ability. You can always change it as you go through a conference and maybe open up to questions. But for now, you can click Locked. Send public messages over chat. The public chat is right over here. You can have this enabled in order for students to ask questions. They can type them out. It also attaches it to their name so that they're held accountable for what they type. You can, block them from sending private messages, which is definitely something I would enable. Editing shared notes, you can make it so that they can't edit your shared notes. I'll show you that feature later. And then whether or not they can see the other users in the list, whether they can see who has joined and who hasn't joined, you can lock or unlock that. And then from there, you click Apply, and it tells you all the things you have changed over here. Now, the shared notes feature, if you click it, it's a place you can upload directions or different things that you want students to be able to access. Because I disabled it, In here, it means the students can't change what I wrote. So I can use this feature and they won't be able to change or edit anything. If I enabled public chat, the students can type messages here and send them, and everyone will see what they wrote. Again, because I enabled that, it will be attached to their name, in which case, unless someone else has logged onto their account, which is, definitely possible, students will be attached to whatever it is they write. Another feature that will help improve the safety of you and the safety of the students is the button at the top that says start recording. You will be able to record everything that is said and done in this section of the screen right here. So this big blue button section with my name and these features down at the bottom will be recorded. The left-hand side with all the options and menus will not be recorded, just so you know, for your knowledge going forward. So if I click start recording, anything on this side will be recorded. Those are the basic safety features in Big Blue Button, which is Schoology software, conferencing software. We'll go over further how to upload presentations, how to edit those presentations, how to use Big Blue Button as a whiteboard. But for now, that's the basics to get you started.